Hello, good afternoon to you from the Look North newsroom. A York general practitioner is to be prosecuted after a 2-year-old boy...
A 10-year-old girl who comes from Chesterfield has told police she was assaulted by 2 men after they gave her a lift in a vehicle. Today at Chesterfield Magistrates Court, Patrick Francis Doran, who's 30 and of no fixed abode, was charged with rape. He spoke only once during the hour-long hearing to confirm his details. Despite a defence application for bail, the magistrates agreed to remand Doran in custody. Doran, who is a traveller, will reappear in court in a week's time. Meanwhile, the police investigating the alleged rape say they are still looking for a second man.
A doctor's to be prosecuted after a 2-year-old boy swallowed acid at his surgery in York. Dr John Bromley has been charged after an investigation by the Health and Safety Executive. The boy, John Story, is now recovering in hospital in Leeds.
Toddler John Story from York was left struggling for life when he suffered severe internal injuries after he swallowed carbolic acid at the surgery 10 days ago. He's now out of intensive care at St James's Hospital in Leeds and is off the danger list. The doctor facing the charges is Dr Bernard Bromley. He's the senior partner at Bromley, Jones, Maroney and Atkinson in York, where the accident happened. The substance John swallowed is corrosive and is normally used for chiropody and cleaning. Dr Bromley is accused of an offence under the Control of Substances Hazardous to Health Act. Today, members of the little boy's family were relieved he's now on his way to a full recovery.
Marvellous. He's a little fighter. And I'm just lucky he's alive. And that's it.
Members of the practice refused to comment today, but a spokesman confirmed Dr Bromley has been charged. He'll appear before magistrates at York on November the 3rd.
Sheffield Wednesday star Paul Warhurst has been allowed home from hospital just 36 hours after he almost died on the pitch. Warhurst swallowed his tongue and suffered a fit after scoring his second goal during Wednesday's 8-1 win over Spora Luxembourg on Wednesday night. Physio Alan Smith gave him life-saving treatment before he was stretchered unconscious from the ground. Doctors have now allowed him home from the Thornbury Private Hospital, but it could be several weeks before he's allowed to play again. The remnants of Sheffield's most notorious flats complex were razed to the ground this afternoon. Hundreds of nearby homes were evacuated as the tower block came tumbling down. The Hyde Park flats dominated the skyline of Sheffield for 30 years, and their demise signals a new future for that rundown area of the city.
The Hyde Park flats, which dominated the city's skyline, were home to hundreds of families. Built in the 60s, they were heralded as the answer to Sheffield's chronic housing problems. But they soon became notorious for crime and poverty. And for the last 6 months, the complex has echoed to the sound of a ball and chain as demolition work slowly brought the complex down. Today, before an enthusiastic crowd of spectators, some risking their necks for the best view, the demolition experts resorted to nitroglycerin explosive to finish the job. For the man who organised the death of a legend, it couldn't have gone better.
We've had plenty of practice on the previous 8 drops.
Now, it looked a huge building. Did it require a large amount of explosives?
Approximately 15 kilos of explosives, that's all.
And everything went to plan?
To drop 11,000 tonnes of building.
The monstrous carbuncle on the face of Sheffield may have gone, but there were mixed reactions among the spectators.
I'm glad they're gone. I don't think they were a great asset, really.
But there were nice flats inside. You couldn't put them, down inside because there was space, big rooms and everything.
I liked it, I'd go back tomorrow, if it was being built again.
The man who had the honour of demolishing the last of Hyde Park now has the task of rebuilding the area.
The improved flats are a terrific improvement to the area, and when we get some low-rise family housing to complement it, I think that it's going to be a completely new area, and I think it's all very exciting.
This blot on Sheffield's landscape has gone. Let's see it just one more time.
The end of an era, but a decision on controversial plans to demolish Sheffield's other complex, the Kelvin Flats, has been delayed until November. Many residents want maisonettes to replace the 20-year-old flats because of problems with crime and vandalism. But councillors put off a decision because of the cost. They're to consider using the flats for homeless people. In the meantime, lettings to new tenants will be stopped. Workers at South Yorkshire's biggest bus company have voted in